let's take a look at the fourth exercise. Alright friends, back to tell you once more, and in this video we're taking a look at the fourth exercise over here, just to sort of freshen up and continue on some of the things that we've learned previously. Now this is, I would say, actually an easier exercise than probably at least two of the three that we've done last video, and basically exercise 3. This is to make a bank management system. Now obviously you're not making an actual bank management system, but there's a couple of components to think about. So you might want to make a person, right? You might want to make a bank and maybe a checking account. And also opening a checking account should only work via the bank, and it must require, a certain amount of an initial deposit. Just try to see and play around with this a little bit. The solution will of course be given to you once again. I'm going to go through this. I'm not going to, walk through step by step, but the solution will be available. So do try this. I don't have an estimate on this. I think another like 60 minutes or so should be roundabout right. The exercises are a really good way for you to really test your knowledge and see where you might be lacking in certain things, right? So maybe you're like, I can make the bank, I can make the checking account, but something just doesn't, I'm not quite sure how to do that. That's totally okay, right? I would rather have you get 7 steps into the 10-step journey instead of just saying, oh, I'm not even going to try the first step. That's bad. That's way worse than only getting 4 or 6 or 3 steps in. That's totally fine, but at least you got something done. That's the idea. But yeah, let's take a look at the solution. All right, here we got the solution. Just a couple of examples over here. So we're making 3 persons right here. And then we make the Kaupenjoe bank, of course. Now, Nano here is not old enough to make a bank account, so regardless of his initial deposit, it doesn't matter. Then Marie and then Daniel are going to make an account where here the initial deposit is not big enough. And then finally, we get the printout over here of the balance of Marie, and then we're trying to basically try to withdraw 3,000, but we can't do that because it's over the limit. If we go into each of the different classes over here, the person is very straightforward. We have a couple of, first, a middle, and last name, as well as an age right here. And then here's just some helper methods, getters, right? We got a bunch of getters. We got an is older than method. I think that makes a lot of sense just because we're always going to be asking questions like that. So I think this particular thing makes sense. We also have 2 different constructors, one with a middle name and one without a middle name over here, where the middle name just is kept empty because not everyone has a middle name basically. Then we get the account, which is also not too bad. So the account is what actually stores the balance right here, as you can see. We get a random account ID as well as the person that is associated with this account. That then allows us via the bank, which has a list of accounts, should be fairly self-explanatory, with a max withdrawal of 500 over here and a minimum initial deposit of 150, where we're basically able to withdraw a particular amount over here for a person. We get the account of that person by using the get account by person method, which just loops through all of the accounts over here and then basically gets this. Now, this is not necessarily the best way to do it. I will say this as well. You could, for example, instead of making it a list of accounts here, think about something. Maybe you could use a different data structure over here, right? So we've seen a couple of different collections. Think what could be a reasonable other collection that we could use here, right? This is another one where this works totally fine and this wouldn't be wrong in this instance. However, it might be the case that if you had, 10 million accounts, it would slow down because you would have to go through each different account and we'd have to ask, hey, is this the account holder? Is this the account holder? So that is one thing to sort of think about. There is another thing that we've seen that's pretty much perfectly made for this as a collection. But yeah, that just sort of as a random side note. And then here, can bank account would be the person and then the initial deposit. The idea here is that we set this to true, and then each of the different things that we check for, we're setting it to false. So if none of those get basically flagged, then we get a bank opened true, and that's then works. So if they're not older than 16, nope, not old enough, false. And then here, if the initial deposit is smaller than the minimum, then also false, bada bing, bada boom, and there we go. If we were to run this, we can see Nano is not old enough to open a bank account, whereas the deposit of 10 is not enough. We need at least 150. So that's why Daniel couldn't open the bank account here. And then here we had 2,000. And then here cannot withdraw over the limit. So that's, once again, just a short small little thing in terms of an exercise. It's nothing too crazy. You can, of course, make this a little bit more complicated, you know, just on your own time, just play around with this a little bit and just see if there's something that might be interesting. And just see if you can, you know, maybe make this even more interesting. Or if you're like, that's fine, I think I had enough of the exercises, that's totally okay as well. But yeah, that's basically going to be it for this video right here. Hope you found this useful and you learned something new, and I'll see you all in the next video. So, yeah.